Today's video is going to showcase the DeWALT 60 volt flex volt cordless chainsaw. We're going to make a little modification. Instead of the 16-inch bar, DeWALT recently came out with a 20-inch bar, and we're going to throw that on and we're going to see what we can and can't do. Why do you want a 20-inch bar? Because more is more. You've seen the chainsaw in other videos with the 16-inch bar. It'll take about anything I can throw at it, as long as the battery doesn't run out, which seems to be, a short lifespan. Will the 20-inch bar shorten that short lifespan of the battery charge? We're going to find out today, and we're going to send it through some, pretty adult trees. Nothing wild and crazy, but normally I just run the top handle Stihl. Love the top handle. It's about as dangerous as you can get. This is a 14-inch bar. Goes through enough. 16-inch bar, we know goes through quite a bit. Let's see what this DeWALT, the new DeWALT 20-inch bar can do. Before we get too wild and crazy, we're going to throw a little bit of bar and chain oil in, make sure that everything is oiled and greased. The battery is showing 3 light bars. Should be a full battery. Now the DeWALT doesn't need any special tools to take the chain and bar off. I'm sure you've seen different little cam locks like this before. And you just loosen this up, and that slides the whole bar back. Bingo bango, that comes off. 60 volt max, 20-inch. We got a spare chain for the 16, and we have a new chain for the 20. Happens to be an Oregon chain. So we're doing good so far. Oh, come on. Come on. I like that. I like it just a little bit of slack through here. Not enough to skip, but I don't like binding either. Here we go, first shot. This could be fun. Let's give it a whirl. So here we are. Here's our test log. Coming right in about 11.5 inches. Gets bigger that way. For comparison, let's chunk it up with Stihl 194 top handle. It's kind of like the 204. It's just closer to a 194. It's loud. Well, with the 14-inch bar, that was about all that thing wanted to do. Time for the big hoss. So a Stihl, it's a top handle. That's a professional unit. Take what you think it'd cost, add another $300, and you saw what a professional, by Stihl's own admission, will do. Professional Stihl chainsaw. Granted, it's on the small side, but it's also meant for climbing. And 14-inch bar, Is a speed test necessary when you're comparing an electric versus a professional line of Stihl? You didn't buy an electric chainsaw because you're going to go set the world on fire with your speed of your cut. It was more so, how does a small, it definitely is on the small side of a professional saw, cut up a typical, not commercial, a typical log. You saw that, and then we saw how the electric DeWALT did with a new 20-inch bar. I'm going to try to find some bigger stuff, but so far, sound, smog with the exhaust, it's not much with the 2-stroke, but it's mixed gas. Is it a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke? Not 100% sure. It's mixed gas though. And then that electric chainsaw, it has its place. It has its place. It is powerful. It will hurt you, but there's no unnecessary noise. There's no exhaust fumes. I really don't even know if I'd need hearing protection to use it. And it's relatively safe-ish. There's no recoil. You let your finger off the trigger, it shuts off. The Stihl will still run at idle. Let's do another one. Yeah, it's got its place. So far it feels like it has all the power you need for a 20-inch bar. It just didn't skip a beat. The Stihl you saw, that was all the power that little guy had. I can definitely feel it in the arm dyno. This thing is, it's not a toy. This is the real deal. Let's do a little bit more and see what it really can do. Now, a little help from Scoopy the tractor. This is going to be bigger than what the Stihl wants to take on. So let's hit it with the electric chainsaw, and then we'll get a measurement of what we got. All right, it's a pine. It's not super strong. 13.5 inches. And just for fun, let's hit it with the smallest professional Stihl chainsaw. In all fairness, it does have the upgraded 14-inch bar. The DeWALT, in my book, definitely has more power than a 14-inch gas chainsaw. Take that for what it's worth. I mean, if you know, your average average Joe homeowner runs, 14, 16 inch, gas chainsaw. The DeWALT, take a look at it. It's worth taking a look, see if it's the right fit for you. If you have other power tools, weed whips, leaf blowers, etc., that can use the 60 volt flex, it's not a toy. I don't know if it's full on professional level. Both chainsaws, I mean, have plastic dog teeth. How will it hold up? I've been running the DeWALT here for about 3 years. Not full-time. Cutting trees is not my full-time gig, but it's seen quite a bit of use. So yeah, hopefully this put at least a review into perspective, trying to compare it to, a smaller gas chainsaw. You saw the performance in each, and I think that kind of shows true, and that's about all I was trying to get to. If you want the actual specs on the different horsepower, torque, run time, just go right to the manufacturer. I want to show more in a real world setting. If you were pressed to say, hey, I'm either going to buy an electric chainsaw that requires no mixed gas, varnishing the carbs, running out of gas, having to mix the gas, or buying it in pre-mixed, all that kind of maintenance. Electric doesn't have any of that maintenance. It still has the bar and chain oil. You still got to flip your bar every so often. You still got to sharpen your chain. It's going to have all that preventative maintenance stuff. It's just not going to have all the PM stuff for a gas engine. As far as performance, it's there. The electric has the torque. It's there. Now an available 20-inch bar, and that really should cover any homeowner, any homeowner use. To get into the 24s, 30s, etc. Yeah, you're into professional tree cutting. This is not for you. The average Joe, this is my go-to. I don't have to worry about gas. I don't have to worry about it not starting, right? And sitting there with the recoil, pulling. It's got a place for me for stump grinding, when all I have to do is come over, make one, maybe two cuts. Perfect. You want to limb a tree? It's not heavy. About equal, actually, even with the 20-inch bar. But it doesn't have all the other stuff that goes along with it. I charge my batteries overnight, usually for 3 or 4 nights before I need to use them. Slap battery in, bam, 100% ready to go. All I gotta do is hit the trigger. So that's all I got for you today. Hey, if you like seeing some of these comparisons and real world stuff, and just DIY average Joe homeowner stuff, follow along. Bulldog Tractor, bulldogtractor.com. We do tractor work. We do a little bit of chainsaws, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We get into a whole bunch of stuff. So, hey, really appreciate your time. And if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Remember, if the Bulldog can do it, I bet you can too.